Hey, hey, hey. I'm so excited that you guys are back with us again. Today, it's really a cool little topic that we're going to cover because I think a lot of us live in this space that we always think that we got to wait for the right time. But we're here to clear that up for you because the right time just doesn't exist. For, if you think the majority of things that happen to us in our lives, having a child, buying a house, buying a vehicle, getting a new job. Well, when my husband finishes his degree, we're always waiting and waiting and waiting. And the saddest part to continually waiting, not only does it affect us and how we're living in our everyday life, but it affects us too in our life, thinking that we got all the time in the world. And my friends, it just don't work like that because none of us on this earth, we don't know when our last breath is going to be. And that's a huge piece to always think about in understanding that the right time doesn't exist, because the right time is now, because you're living and you're breathing and you're here. We have no idea at what second we're going to be taken. So, and any of you know, especially us older people, it's like a blink.
Seriously.
Like we can't believe we're already at this age. Like what the heck happened? So continually waiting is sometimes a real detriment to our heart, our soul, our psyche, and to our life.
Yeah. I mean, you think so often that, okay, once this happens, then I'll have this covered and then this will happen. And then all ducks will fall in a row. How often has that ever actually happened to you? When has the plan ever gone like completely according to plan? Because in my personal life, never would be the answer. So it's, planning for something as if you know what's going to happen is just the wrong thing to do sometimes, because we didn't know. I mean, you look at how the world closed, right? We all thought, oh, we're catching up. We did. We were like, look at this. Everything is working. Everything is coming up daisies. It's all just working. Boom, Mac truck laid out. Totally different. Redo your business because now you can't talk to people in person. Totally different world that we had to get into. So you can't ever expect or think that you're waiting for the expected to happen, because you don't know if it ever will. And that's one thing we really should have learned from the whole world closure in the first place.
Yeah, especially thinking of that future piece. Like if we're not living it now, like when are we going to live it?
Yeah.
And I know even lots of people too, like when the kids leave home, then I'll start doing my own thing. But we should be doing our own thing while we got the kidlets, because it's so much harder after the kidlets leave to figure out what is it that I'm wanting to do.
I used to say, yeah, during the summer, I'll have more time because Cass won't be in school. Like when did I ever have more time in the summer? Like until you actually, we've even said too with our business, we're like, oh, well, we have our quiet times. No, we don't.
We don't.
We never have a quiet time of the year because we're constantly moving the business forward. There's never like a twiddle our thumbs moment that we have going on. Day. Let's just do a whole lot of nothing today, shall we?
No, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't. So you always have these plans and these ideas that at this time it will be better. But I promise you, by the time that time comes, you're already thinking, well, maybe the spring. Maybe the spring is the time that's going to work out for me. But the fact of the matter is, whether it's finances, and I am a frugal woman,
huge one.
But even with finances and that sort of thing, there's never the right time. So you either have to step forward and make it happen somehow, or I guess I could step back is the other option and have it not happen. But you do have to figure out a way to move forward one way or another into whatever fear piece it might be. It might be scary, but there's never going to be a right time for it all to fall into a place.
But even speaking on that, like it could be scary. Yeah, it could be, but doesn't that make you feel alive? It's kind of like taking that roller coaster ride. Oh my gosh, they scare the living crap-a-doodlies out of me. But I mean, I've done it once before or twice, or, Disneyland, and that's a big difference. I like those ones. They seem to swervy instead, go up and downy. I don't know what the difference is.
And they stay in one place all the time.
Maybe that's what
it's
it
the
is.
Ones that are the traveling ones, I'm like, how good condition can you be in?
And like that one in Vegas where it's on the top
of stratosphere.
Like never could you catch me there. Like seriously, but the thrill, I guess it's just the thrill I'm talking about. It could be, I don't know, doing 8 seconds on a
bull,
bronc. Like who knows what it could be, or it could be doing a speaking engagement, or it could be, I don't know, modeling something, whatever. There's so many things that scare us, but it's so exciting because when we do it and we're done it, we're like, oh my gosh, it was exhilarating and it wasn't half as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I didn't die because I'm still here. So that's always a win. So even thinking about this for your future of what does your passion, what does your gut, your soul, and your heart want to do? If it's helping humans to move forward while working with horses, oh my goodness, what you waiting for?
Yeah.
It just is not going to be a time. And the more we can move forward and live in our life, oh, it's so exciting because yes, there'll be scary times every day that we're living. There's hard times every day that we're living. There's some real beautiful, precious things that happen to melt our hearts away every day if we see it, like a bird even flying by. Did we see it, and did we actually hear it, and did we feel in that moment what that would be like to just be that little bird who's just free to fly on by? You know what I mean? Like, I know it's really being picky, but man alive, like if we're lucky enough to even make it to 80, you should, how much time you got left?
It's true.
Like, we can't keep waiting to begin, because if money is the thing that, oh, it's not the right time because of money, oh my gosh, money will always be a thing.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, hands down, money will always be a thing for the rest of your life on earth. So
unless you're a gazillionaire, but then it wasn't a problem in the first place. So
that's very
it's not going to be on your list.
Yeah. No, it's not going to be. And there's an exhilarated feeling when you invest into yourself to do what you want to do, even with fear walking right beside you. It's so exhilarating to know you've invested the money in you. Now, I don't know about you, but when I put money into myself, whether it be a good hairdo, nice jeans, my toes now I'm starting to get done. I take great pride knowing that money I invested has made my psyche and my whole being feel 100 times better. So it helps me to do it. Even I remember one time, this was a long time ago. I bought, oh no, we're both just coughing our face off.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, peeps. I bought a pair of suede pants. Now I'm talking, this is years ago. So probably 40 years ago, I paid $700 for I know, right? Like, what would those even be in this day and age? But my brain, because my brain always thinks, well, what if you died? You want to go to this stampede thing and you want to look pretty damn cool. So I thought I'll buy those suede things. Now I kept those suede pants for, well, as long as I could fit in them, even though they were ripped and torn. I love those things. And it was never a waste because of how I felt in it, right? Like, even investing in yourself to start your own business, it's so cool what you're going to learn about you, yourself, and I. It's so cool how you become so much more mindful, present, self-aware, and grounded because you're working with horses. Like, isn't that worth the investment alone? Because our world is so full of anxiety and worries and concerns. And it's like, hey, everybody should be in this horse business just for your own psyche in the world. So you can feel so happy and good.
And it's a lot of people say, okay, I'm going to sit down. I'll do my pros and cons list of doing this right now. Well, a pros and cons list is very similar to being on the internet. You can find anything on the internet to support your opinion.
Oh, that's true.
Your pro and con list, you can fill up whatever side you want to. It's real easy. So you have to decide what it is you actually want and not how you're going to talk yourself out of it or talk yourself into it. What do you actually want? Because if you don't have that at the end, and if you don't want to try to fill that pro side, then you're already kind of poo-pooing the idea, right? If you want to fill the pro side, you'll fill it. If you want to fill the con side, it's easy. But you have to really get into the mindset, this is what I want. This is what will help me move forward. This is going to help my life and help the lives of others, if that's what you're doing with it, in the long run as well. And really move forward with that piece. Because you can, like I say, just like the internet, you can find anything you want on it.
Yeah, no, I like that. That makes total logical sense.
I filled a lot of con lists myself in the past.
Even writing a note and putting it on your mirror, or your favorite book that you read, or if you're a person who's always watching TV, put it by the remote. There isn't a right time. Even that conversation that you're like dying, you have to do it. Now, don't get me wrong, you don't go into a good conversation when someone's really escalated.
Yeah.
I think that's just being mature, smart, and wise nowadays. You wait for the calmer waters and then you approach the idea of, okay, let's get this done. Because it eats you up inside when you
Totally.
keep waiting for the right time. It eats you up and you're always thinking of it. And then that's a waste of, to me, life because it's consuming you.
Yeah. How many times have all of us looked back in our lives and thought, wow, that was 3 years that I
Aw.
spent too scared to do something
Yeah.
or too afraid to
Yeah.
move forward, or you held yourself back from something. And holding yourself back is a really, well, it's shit-tastic. It's a shit-tastic feeling. It's the only word I can think of it that really exemplifies it right now, because it really is a horrible feeling when you stop yourself from doing what you know you could do, but just because you're afraid to fail or because you're
Mhm.
embarrassed or whatever else those pieces are, it's a horrible feeling to have. And that's not something you want to look and say, wow, 6 years ago I could have done this and it would be the same outcome, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, oh shoot, this story I was just thinking of. Welcome to my brain. Squirrel here, squirrel there, everywhere, a squirrel, squirrel. So I guess it really is not that important. But
It's not the
there's
right time for it.
is that what it is?
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
See, I didn't even catch
Yeah,
on
she
to that
didn't
one.
get it, so it
But
wasn't funny.
when we went to Jamaica for Carson's wedding as well, and I'm older than Carolyn, so I think it's 16 years older,
I think so.
something like
Yeah.
that. But they were jumping the cliffs. And I thought, oh my gosh, Carrie, like you got to do it. Like, because as you get older too, and I do feel as you get older, there's more fears that pop in. Like some of us who ride, we're like, oh, but we don't want to get hurt. When we were younger, we were more okay with falling off the horse. But
bounce better.
bones, it's just different when you get older, right? The truck, tailgate used to jump off that sucker all the time. Now I sit on the bum and I get my legs closer to the ground. But those cliffs in Jamaica, I love that because I wouldn't have wanted regretting leaving and saying, why wouldn't you have just given it a try? You see, everybody out there doing it. Like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Is, well, maybe I get
Death and
broken.
dismemberment.
No, I
No.
don't think that would be it, because I don't think it would be a place that you could do that at.
But it's still the same. The pros and cons.
I guess
you could have
so.
sat there and said, no, I could die. I'm not going to do it. I could die today and do that.
Then
piece,
it isn't
right?
the right time.
And then, well, but then you're talking yourself out of something just for the sake of doing it too.
Yeah, that's true
So
too.
it's all a point of perception, I suppose, too.
And I guess just even bringing back Jamaica, like it was just because you see it isn't the right time. I wouldn't think here to do that in Canada.
No.
Like I have no want, urge, any of those things. But when you're there, and this is why sometimes time is of the essence, because we were only there for that day. So make a decision quickly. You're going to do it or you're not, because you got to live with the consequences both ways.
Yeah.
So of course I decided to jump, because I'm like, why the heck wouldn't you take that exhilarating jump? And it was so much fun and it was so worth it.
I love that though. It's because you do have to make the decision sometimes now.
Yeah.
Otherwise the chance goes by.
I know. And then you wait another year, like you said before. Yeah. So if this is it, don't wait for the right time. Just do it. There's always a way to make anything happen that your heart and soul is desiring. Is it ever wrong to want that? Heck no. Because it's the most wholesome thing that you can have on earth. Are you kidding me? Horse, dirt, people. Like it's such a beautiful combination of what makes us hopefully humble, good, integrity-filled people.
Yeah. Just living like a herd of horses. Everybody's got a job. And everybody's got a purpose. And if you want to move forward with your purpose, you can't wait.
Exactly.